Is Floyd Mayweather top 5?
No, not in my book. No,
not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, yeah, but not top 5.
10.
He's maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight. Don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand. I know you're a Floyd fan. But here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought him? Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he's going to prison when he get through.
Roy Jones Jr. is getting increasingly desperate to secure a fight with Floyd Mayweather. This time, he's taken a jab at Mayweather by mocking his training footage. From the look of things, Floyd might be open to his annual exhibition bout, possibly against Roy Jones. While his next opponent hasn't been confirmed, Roy is doing everything he can to make that fight happen.
On the outside, touch on the jab.
Speaking about Floyd Mayweather's training sessions ahead of an upcoming bout, Roy Jones said, "We know Floyd has no offense since his injury. He punches like a kid, and his punches can't do any harm. So, I don't feel threatened by whatever he does. I'm just fine the way I am to deal with him." Many who thought Roy was joking about fighting Mayweather are now seeing how serious and confident he is about taking down the undefeated legend.
I think it was more of a show of a man vulnerability at that moment when Roy was fighting Tarver, I believe, or Glenn Johnson.
Yeah.
One thing that I've learned over the years, and I was
Just days ago, Seconds Out released a YouTube video featuring a candid interview between Radio Raheem and Bernard Hopkins. When asked who would win in a hypothetical matchup between Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd Mayweather, Hopkins gave a measured response. "It all depends on who throws more punches." Raheem brought up Mayweather recently watching a reel of Jones Jr.'s knockout losses, asking Hopkins if he found it disrespectful. Hopkins replied, "I think it was more a display of vulnerability when Roy fought Antonio Tarver or maybe Glenn Johnson." Reflecting on the moment, he added, "It's a villain move to put a man down when he's already down either from life or a punch." Despite his loss to Jones in 1993 for the IBF middleweight title, Hopkins showed respect for his former rival.
Think about Roy and Floyd going back and forth. I just saw that Roy was really worked up about it. What do you think, Andre?
They fighters, man.
Andre, we're going this way.
They fighters.
Isn't that the biggest fight in boxing today? Like, if that would have really happened, you think it could happen?
Watch out, Andre can still throw hands now. Don't mess with them like that.
They fighters, bro.
He praised Jones Jr.'s unique, almost unrepeatable style, saying, "If you look at Roy's defeats and compare them to his victories and dominance during his prime, he had a style that we'll probably never see again. That greatness far outweighs any losses." To close the interview, Raheem asked what Hopkins would say if both Jones Jr. and Mayweather were in the room. Hopkins replied without hesitation, "Make sure you get paid if you fight." Meanwhile, Oscar de la Hoya and Jake Paul also weighed in. When asked by Fight Hype about Mayweather mocking Jones, Jake said, "Nah, Roy's a legend, bro. You can't come for Roy like that."
Of his fights getting knocked out, what do you think about that?
Nah, Roy's a legend, bro. You can't come for Roy like that.
Now, who do you think was better in their prime? Roy or Floyd?
I would say Roy was better during the prime, but Floyd just stayed consistent.
Roy Jones explains why Floyd and he were so different.
You know, we stood for two different things. He was a social media blowout. He blew it away. Mm-hmm. that fit his character because he could do it, you know, and do things the way he did, and he was smarter. I wanted to play King of the Hill. He didn't care to play King of the Hill, he wanted to play King of the...
When asked who was better in their prime, Paul added, "I'd say Roy was better in his prime, but Floyd was more consistent throughout his whole career. But Roy was different in his prime, for sure." It seems Paul would side with Jones Jr. over Mayweather in a fantasy matchup. Though Mayweather is one of only 15 boxers to retire undefeated, with the second most wins on that list, Jones Jr. doesn't consider him a top 5 all-time boxer. Recently, he explained why. Amid the debate, Jones's former rival Antonio Tarver made things clearer. The former light heavyweight champ who beat Superman twice believes Jones has the edge over Money Mayweather.
You understand me? Because now, we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is, tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Guess what? We fortunate that we saw the fight. Because to be honest with you, Earl came back from dead and made it back and fought this fight. You know how far that is?
Recalling his knockout win in their 2004 rematch, Tarver explained that when it comes to resumes, Jones Jr.'s dominance, especially before his decline, makes him hard to match. Looking back at their careers, it's competitive. Tarver told Seconds Out, "I love Floyd. He's undefeated and did it his way. But I don't think at any point people thought Floyd was unbeatable."
Nobody said that. When they were both occupying boxing at the same time, Floyd wasn't sniffing his jockstrap. And I'm talking about Pretty Boy Floyd and Roy. You can't even argue that because we were there. I was there watching both of them. No one mentioned Floyd with Roy. It's not like they're 2 different eras and you can't compare them. They were being compared.
Reflecting on Jones Jr.'s earlier dominance and their legendary trilogy, Tarver added, "Roy Jones was unbeatable until he met me." Regardless of who had the better career, both men have undeniably elevated boxing in their own way. Still, Roy Jones Jr. appears to have taken Mayweather's mockery personally. In response to the trolling, including posts highlighting his knockout losses, Jones Jr. has made a fiery challenge to the Grand Rapids star.
Roy, you know there's one question on my mind, and I appreciate you answering it. Does Floyd Mayweather want to smoke with Roy Jones Jr.?
Floyd Mayweather, anybody else got smoke with Roy Jones. We know damn well that shit ain't no question. Has there ever been a question? That's one thing that's different from Roy. That's the difference between Roy and Floyd. Floyd picked who he fought. Roy fought whoever the fuck he came. Excuse my language. So, don't get me fucked. You all made me cook. Don't
Seeing footage of his knockout losses reposted on Mayweather's social media, Jones Jr. didn't take it lightly. In fact, he's now ruled out an exhibition entirely, instead demanding a professional fight. "There ain't gonna be no exhibition fight," Jones told Seconds Out. "We both fight for real. What are we gonna play for? We need to make it real." Mayweather, who retired 8 years ago, has recently stirred rumors of a return, particularly a rematch against Manny Pacquiao.
You let him move around and do what he want to do, he's going to beat you because he's very explosive and he's very mean.
Y'all gonna say mean.
To me, people don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as nearly as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think you would have beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off of him? Sugar is a dog. Just because his name's Sugar don't mean nothing.
Interestingly, Manny Pacquiao is ready for that rematch too, and he's gunning for it. When Pacquiao and Mayweather stepped into the ring at the MGM Grand Garden Arena on May 2nd, 2015, it was the richest fight in boxing history. After 5 years of build-up, the fight drew 4.6 million pay-per-view buys, and the live gate alone brought in $72 million. But inside the ring, it disappointed many. Mayweather outboxed Pacquiao using slick defense and claimed a unanimous decision, unifying 3 welterweight titles. Now, more than a decade later, 46-year-old Pacquiao is back at the MGM Grand, fighting for a welterweight title against WBC champion Mario Barrios, and fresh talks of a Mayweather rematch are already heating up.
After the fight, right after the fight, I went to the hospital and got operated with my
Yeah, you got an operation, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you posted a picture of...
Really hurt.
Was he better or worse than you thought he was?
No, that's his style. Like, I knew it. But the thing is, I'm expecting that I won the fight because he didn't throw a lot of punches. I throw a lot of punches.
Of course, I'd be interested. Pacquiao told Uncrowned, the Ariel Helwani show on Wednesday, about a potential second fight with Mayweather. He's been ducking the rematch. I don't want an exhibition with Mayweather. I want a real fight. It's been a long time since the first fight, Pacquiao added. I want to give the fans a good fight between me and Mayweather, but he's been ducking, avoiding me. First, however, Pacquiao had a stern test in front of him on Saturday in the form of Barrios.
It was just talks and rumors all the time about potentially Manny Pacquiao and the Mayweather 2. Was there any truth to that, or is that still kind of up in the air of maybe potentially happening?
It's up to him. If he come out to retirement, we'll have a Mayweather Pacquiao 2.
Would you do an exhibition with him, or would you potentially entertain an exhibition with someone like maybe a Conor McGregor?
No, I don't like exhibition. If Mayweather is my opponent, I don't like exhibition. Like, I want fight. Like, there's a decision.
Barrios, 30, is a champion in his prime. He has often been overlooked by opponents, but each time he has proven his caliber. Barrios notably earned respect from the boxing community after a competitive fight with Gervonta Tank Davis in 2021. The welterweight champion followed that up with a loss to Keith Thurman. However, he then embarked on a 3-fight win streak, including a victory over Yedenis Ugas, the same man who sent Pacquiao into retirement in 2021. The reason I'm coming back is that boxing is still my passion, Pacquiao said about ending his 4-year absence from the ring. I still have the ability to get a belt and win a world title fight.
Manny, with the way that you performed tonight, did you feel like this was enough to coax Floyd Mayweather out and maybe you guys get a rematch right here in this same building? Do you feel like that this version of you beats the version of Floyd Mayweather that exists today?
You know, it's hard to talk about the fighter who retired already. If he comes out and go sign the contract and we'll fight. I mean, let's fight again if he wants.
The Ugas fight, I was distracted. There were so many distractions before the fight. Pacquiao admitted that he was originally scheduled to face Errol Spence Jr. in August 2021, but Spence Jr. was forced to withdraw with a torn retina just 10 days before the event. After training and sparring for Spence, a southpaw, Pacquiao accepted Cuban Orthodox fighter Ugas as a last-minute replacement and was beaten on points. Despite winning titles in 8 different weight classes and being a surefire Hall of Famer, Pacquiao wasn't satisfied with how he exited the sport and wanted to return to his lifelong passion.
I thought I won the fight. Like, I throw a lot of punches, even though he's moving around. Like, I can imagine why I lost the fight.
Okay, Manny, wrapping this up, I got to ask you, because we talked about this Mayweather-Pacquiao. Do we see a rematch if you win on Saturday, Manny?
I don't know, just one at a time. Let's talk about...
2 years after I announced my retirement, I made the decision to come back, Pacquiao revealed. I really miss boxing. I miss those days in training camp, promoting the fight, everything like that. He also consulted his family, and his wife gave her blessing for his comeback. However, Pacquiao couldn't return to the ring right away, as he was still involved in his Senate campaign in the Philippines.
Yes. And I reviewed the CompuBox, like slow motion from first round to 12 rounds. Like how many punches get connected and how many punches of him he connected. You know, that's boxing.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining or making, just it happened that way. Yeah. It happened to me many times.
Did you want a rematch with Floyd?
I'm still active. It's up to him if he's going to fight.
You would even fight him today?
Even here.
Legendary boxer Manny Pacquiao has also entered the brewing feud between Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd Mayweather with a sharp no-nonsense statement. The controversy reignited after Jones Jr., during an appearance on the All the Smoke podcast, praised Sugar Ray Leonard over Mayweather.In response. Mayweather retaliated by sharing multiple knockout clips of Jones Jr., reigniting tensions. When asked about the public squabble, Pacquiao took a diplomatic route, preferring unity over comparisons.In. Another interview with Fight Hype, he said, "I don't like to compare what we've done, as long as we accomplish something that inspires boxing fans."
Fight in their prime.
Look, in their prime, I mean, I got to give it up to both guys, but
I mean, look, we're retired, man. Let's keep this fighting thing for the young bucks, you know.
But you fought Floyd, you fought him, so you know you know firsthand. You know his talent. But Roy in his prime, when he was like Superman before the knockouts, before everything.
He emphasized that each fighter's achievements stand on their own merit. Statements he believes shouldn't be subjected to comparisons or used to stir drama. The Filipino icon's intervention reflects his view that comparisons dilute the sport's essence. He reiterated during the same Fight Hype interview, "I don't like that," referring to Jones Jr.'s ranking of fighters, and urged for more respect than rivalry. Pacquiao believes legends should serve as inspiration, not as names to rank. His stance resonates with his broader philosophy that, let's not forget, Pacquiao and Mayweather's 2015 bout remains the highest-grossing PPV event in history.
I 50 know that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time. Nah, Shabby was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could retire at 80-0. You go ever top that? No. He just didn't stop, right? You got to 50 and you stopped because of Rocky Marciano.
Right.
So Rocky died.
Yet, even after that iconic clash, Pacquiao remains grounded, focusing on family, faith, and philanthropy. Unlike Mayweather, whom Pacquiao recently described as boastful and materialistic, he said, "I pity him for choosing wealth over spiritual wealth." As Pacquiao prepared for his comeback at age 46 against Mario Barrios on July 19, 2025, he wasn't just training, he was also leading the conversation in the sport. His calm but firm remarks to Jones Jr. highlighted his role as a bridge between boxing's past and future, demonstrating that sportsmanship should transcend competition. As Pacquiao returns to the spotlight, he rejects public comparisons and urges fighters to focus on inspiring fans. He distances himself from materialistic motivations and reinforces his spiritual and philanthropic principles. Ultimately, his measured stance elevates him not only as a fighter, but as a guiding voice in boxing's ongoing legacy. Manny Pacquiao, who fought and drew against Mario Barrios on Saturday night for the WBC welterweight world title, was also asked who the better fighter is, between Roy Jones Jr. and Floyd Mayweather.
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones. You know Roy Jones, right?
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you very
Let me get a
much.
shout out for Team Locked In. You agree with me? Roy Jones is in his prime. Man.
During a media scrum, Pacquiao responded, "Roy Jones Jr. You know Roy Jones Jr., right? Fast footwork, strong." Attention then shifted to whether prime Captain Hook could have knocked out Money. To this, the Filipino legend replied, "I think so." While an all-American showdown between Jones and Mayweather would undoubtedly excite fans, rumors have surfaced that the undefeated 50-0 Mayweather may be exploring a different path. Before delving further, let's not forget how Pacquiao inserted himself into this escalating feud with a strong and classy statement.
You gotta think, this in around, between round 13 and 14, I think. Angelo Dundee said, "You're blowing it, son." Sugar Ray Leonard got went there and put these things on Tommy Hearns, who knocked Roberto Duran cold with one shot. Your Tommy hits you just like G-Man. You've been hit. So for Sugar to go out there and do that, man, they don't give Sugar enough credit. You understand me?
The controversy truly reignited after Jones Jr., during his appearance on the All the Smoke Fight podcast, praised Sugar Ray Leonard over Floyd Mayweather. This sparked an intense reaction from Mayweather, who clapped back by posting multiple knockout videos of Jones Jr., fanning the flames of their already growing tension.
I got one better. You gotta come to ATS fight for that, my boy.
What you think about Roy calling out
You gotta
Floyd?
come to all the smoke for that.
What do you think about Roy and Floyd going back and forth? I just talked to him. Floyd was really worked up. I mean, Roy was really worked up about it. What do you think, Andre?
They fighters, man.
Okay, we're going this way.
They fighters.
Isn't that the biggest fight in boxing today? Like, if that would have really happened, you think it could happen?
Watch out, Andre. If you see it coming like straight right hand to the body, you gotta brace for it. But when he's stepping to the side, slipping, coming back with something, that's unexpected. That stuff, it gets you a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. And like I said, how many rounds did you do with Floyd Mayweather?
Today I did 2. Last week I did 3.
Okay. So what would you say is his, I mean, you already said his timing is one of his most effective weapons. What else would you say is his most effective weapon in there?
Most effective weapon is setting you into a trap, sucking you in, and he counters you, just like he does with every.
And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and action in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on quality content like this. Until next time, peace